Welcome in, welcome in. Come on, take a seat. I'm not waiting around for you. Sit down now. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Jenny. As I'm sure you're all aware, the Modern Warfare 4 beta dropped this weekend, and I want to talk about it, but not in the way that you think, because honestly, everyone else is doing that, and I don't think it really matters whether this game is actually good or not. Stick with me, because that's not me being dismissive. That's kind of the whole point of this video. I've played the beta. I've got thoughts. I'll give you those in a minute. But I think the bigger conversation is what this actually represents for the franchise. And once you see it that way, I don't think you'll look at Call of Duty the same way again. Right, I've recorded this bit 3 times. So if I don't get it right this time, then that's that, right? So quick first impressions. It feels like Modern Warfare 2019 had a baby with MW2. It's more boots on the ground, so it's slower in general, and more grounded across the board. And I think that's actually the whole appeal of this one. There's no grapple hooks, no exosuits, and no double jumping around. So it's not like you're in some sort of Fortnite-esque vibe. You move like an actual person carrying actual gear, and that's clearly the entire picture this time around. Less flying around, more feet on the floor. Genuinely, in the beta, I think you can feel that decision in most places. The gunfights happen at more grounded angles because there's nobody dropping in on you. It's from like whatever, 2 floors down or double jumping off a wall. The rotations feel more like actual positioning decisions rather than just launching yourself across the map because the movement tech allows for it. And for anyone that's been saying that for years Call of Duty has lost the plot when it let you bunny hop and slide cancel and dolphin dive across the entire map, this beta is clearly aimed directly at you. But here's the thing. Strip away that one decision, less mobility, more grounded, and everything else underneath it is exactly where it's always been. Same core gunplay, same map philosophy, same overall structure. The pace has changed for definite, you can feel that. But actually the bones of the game haven't moved an inch. It's fine, it's Call of Duty. But also it's fine, it's Call of Duty. That's kind of the point. Because that sentence has just been true for about 15 years now, regardless of which studios made the game, or whatever the marketing have said at the time. So here's where I think the actual argument should be. It does not matter if this game is good, because Call of Duty has a monopoly on this market, and recent matchmaking decisions and rug pulling has made that very clear, that they obviously know what they're doing. We've all seen this conversation around rigged or at least heavily manipulated matchmaking recently, skill-based systems, engagement-based systems, whatever you want to call it, the wider point is the same. They can make decisions that actively frustrate a chunk of their own player base. Decisions that objectively make the game less fun for a lot of people. And it does not matter, because where else are you going to go? There isn't really a competitor at this scale. So the incentive to actually make the best possible game, rather than the most profitable possible game, just isn't there in the way it would be if there was genuine competition. And I know we have Battlefield 6, we have Ark Raiders, we have a number of different first and third person shooters that you would think are competition. But realistically, Call of Duty is a household name. So when the new beta drops and everyone, including me, sits here analysing gameplay and time to kill and footstep audio, we're kind of missing the bigger picture, guys. Good or bad, competent or lazy. It's going to sell enormous numbers regardless, because there's nowhere else for this audience to go. You could release a beta that, frankly, was horrendous, and it still wouldn't matter commercially, because loyalty in this case isn't really loyalty. It's just the absence of an alternative. And here's the bit I really want to get into, or the meat and potatoes, if I was blame truth. Because I think the most honest thing I can say in this video is that these games aren't really being made for me anymore. I'm 31 this year. I've got a career and a wedding to pay for next year. My reflexes are not what they were. And more importantly, my patience for a certain kind of lobby just isn't there anymore either. Most of Call of Duty's recent history has been built for 15-year-olds sat in their mum's box room, cruising through their GCSEs, who've got absolutely nothing but time to master, I don't know, a triple reset, double backflip, dolphin dive, 3-piece combo that ends with him teabagging my corpse. My neurons are simply just not firing fast enough to compete with that anymore. And honestly, I've made my peace with it. That's not a back in my day complaint. It's just a fact that my reaction time and my patience currently don't line up with where Call of Duty needs it to be at this stage of my life. And that's exactly why this beta is going to go into boots on ground. Cutting the mobility right back matters, at least in the short term. Less flying around means fewer of those engagements where I never even see the angle someone's hitting me from because they've launched themselves off a build. It's clearly designed to pull people like me back in, slower pace, more grounded gunfights, and feet actually on the floor. And it'll work too for a little while, Older players like me will come back just to enjoy the nostalgia hit, if anything. and feel like it's our Call of Duty again. Heavy emphasis on that, our Call of Duty again. But give it 6 months, and that exact same lobby that's grounded and slower right now will have found every possible way to make it fast and chaotic again, in any way that they can, sliding, drop shotting, whatever the current meta allows for. Because that's just what happens every single time. Then we're right back to square one, regardless of how the movement was originally designed. It's just the way COD works. And look, the truth of the matter is, I'm not that much of a multiplayer guy anyway, really. I get far more out of risk and reward of a battle royale or an extraction looter, where one bad decision actually costs you something, where there's tension in every single engagement rather than just respawn, die on loot for 20 minutes or 6 minutes, as I timed in a team deathmatch on the beta today. That's not me saying multiplayer is bad, by the way. Plenty of you watching this will still love it, and that's completely fine. It's just not where my head's at anymore. I want the stakes. I want a fight to actually mean something, because if I lose it, that's my whole game gone, not a 10-second respawn timer. There's something about knowing that you've actually got something to lose that makes every single decision feel heavier. And that's just missing from a standard multiplayer lobby, I think, regardless of the ground movement or not. And I think that's actually an age thing as much as anything else. When I was younger, multiplayer mode made complete sense to me. Instant action, no downtime, die, and you're straight back in within seconds. That was perfect for a teenager with unlimited time and unlimited patience for repetition. Now, with the time I actually have to play, I don't want 20 quick, meaningless deaths. I want 1 hour long session where every single choice, every rotation, and every fight I choose to take or avoid actually builds towards something. An extraction run or a battle royale game that gives me that sort of shape or that feeling. And a multiplayer lobby just gives me the same 10 minutes on loop until I turn it off. There's just something about the loot and gear progression within a single match that scratches an itch that the multiplayer never really has. Finding a good weapon, deciding whether to push a location because the loot's worth the risk, managing whether or not you extract now or push for more, that's completely different kind of fun to memorizing spawn points and power positions of a 6v6 map. Neither one is wrong, and they're just different games for different headspaces, and mine is clearly shifted. Which brings me to what I'm genuinely looking forward to, the Warzone beta next weekend. That's the one I care about for now, because I think that's the format that still works for me. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, or you may not be, DMZ is going to be back. It's not going to be back as part of the beta, I don't think. But that extraction looter mode will be coming when it launches in October. But for next weekend, it's just a Warzone test. But from what I've seen of it so far, it looks like it could actually be something properly good. And if anything, that gives me even more reason to stay patient rather than getting distracted by whatever MW4's multiplayer does between now and then. If they've genuinely built out a proper extraction experience on top of the Warzone engine, with actual stakes, actual loot decisions, actual reasons to weigh up whether you push or more or you cut your losses and get out of there, that's the version of this franchise I actually get excited about and to make content around again. Not because it's new for the sake of new, but because it finally lines up with the kind of gaming I actually enjoy at this stage of my life. It's the difference between a game respecting my time and a game just filling it. So realistically, the next few months of content look like this. Warzone beta next weekend, first impression video off the back of that, then a long and slightly impatient wait until October. Then whatever DMZ actually turns out to be. We'll get the full deep dive the second it's live. And obviously, I'll be covering all of it as it happens. So if any of what I've said today actually resonates with you, and you're also 30-odd with a job and a wedding coming down the track, and zero patience left for teenagers doing backflips over your head, then that's probably a run of videos that you'll want to stick around for. So here's where I land on all of this. Modern Warfare 4's multiplayer beta is fine. It's boots on the ground, there's no grapple hooks, no flying around, and it will pull the nostalgia crowd back for a bit. But it genuinely does not matter whether it's good or not, because there's no competition forcing it to be. And for 6 months from now, this exact same grounded pace will have been meted into chaos again regardless. The part of me that still cares about this franchise is holding on to whatever comes over the next couple of weekends, and I'll certainly be holding my breath until DMZ in October. But that's it. That's the video, guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you're actually feeling this beta, if you're in the same boat as me, or just waiting for Warzone, and then obviously waiting for some more in October. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And of course, hit the subscribe button too. Love you all. Peace.
Enemies down.